Hello, welcome. My name is Amber. I am Actively Amber, and I am starting to record some classes here on the Yoga for Love Healing Arts Center. And I do feel a few sprinkles coming, so great. Hopefully that will not interfere with our practice today. But we're going to do some vinyasa flow. And what we're gonna do is we're going to focus on first breathing, then getting into it, and then I really want to get us into some balancing poses. And whether that's arm, whether that's leg, whatever. But I really like the balances, and that always is where I kind of tend to go to. And I'm a very busy kind of person mind-wise. So my mind's always going, so I always have to kind of heat it up for a second, and then we start to slow it down and kind of relax a little bit. So hopefully you can enjoy the wonderful weather we have out here. It's very windy, but it was humid earlier, so it's gorgeous right now. So I want y'all to definitely enjoy this part with me. Okay, are we ready? All right, if you want to stand the top of your mat, we're going to kind of go into our mountain pose, but first I want to just feel the ground underneath you. Just kind of feel and see, are you grounded? Here comes some sprinkles. Hopefully it'll be quick. Are you grounded? Your feet, are they spreading out? Your toes, rock back and forth. Just see where you feel. And with that, once you feel like your feet have grounded enough, I want your arms to come down, shoulders up, back and down. Pelvis, you're going to tilt it forward just a little bit. We're going to go into our mountain or Tadasana pose first, and I want to make sure our knees aren't locked. We're just slightly micro bending those knees. You can close your eyes if you want. You can keep them open. And what I want to do is I want to start with some breath work and thinking about your intentions. So the beginning of class is always a great place to think about what is your intention for today. What do you want to accomplish? Mine will be peace and calmness and relaxation. Letting Mother Nature do what they will, and I will work with it. So I want you to start by inhaling in through your nose deeply. And then you're going to exhale through your nose. We're going to repeat this over and over again, the inhaling and exhaling through the nose. And what I want you to do in the same position is have that ujjayi breath. So it's in and out of the nose, and you kind of, I don't know if you can hear it, but when you inhale and exhale, you're kind of like, you can hear that breath, okay? So don't be afraid to breathe so much that you can hear it. So I want to make sure when we do our inhale, it's an inhale long through the nose. We're using our ujjayi breath. And as we exhale, kind of make that Darth Vader sound. Inhale and exhale. This is to try and slow down the breath. Keep inhaling and exhaling through the nose. Good, continue that. Don't stop your breath work, in and out through the nose. We want to make sure we're doing well. Just want to make sure if anyone has joined. Good. We will keep going. Inhaling and exhaling. Let's go ahead and from our mountain pose that we were in, doing our ujjayi breath, our in and out, we're going to go ahead and let's start with something first and easy. So I want to do an inhale breath up. Inhale up. Exhale, just push those arms down. Inhale up. Crossing. Exhale down through the nose. Inhale up. And exhale down. On this next inhale, inhale up. Hands come overhead. And if you will, go ahead and keeping them palms facing together. You can put your hands together into prayer. Do an exhale. Inhale again, straightening tall. And exhale, we're going to go towards the side into a crescent stretch. That is our Urdhva Hastasana. Inhale back up. Exhale to the other side. Inhale up. Exhale down. Inhale up. And exhale down. Stretching out. Inhale up. Exhale down. Inhale back up. Exhale last side. Inhale up. Exhale, pushing the hands back down. Good. I like to always just kind of do a little shoulder roll. So kind of one and the other. When I do one-sided shoulder rolls, I'm kind of paying attention to where it is in my back. In a minute, we will be doing some cactus arms, and I want you to feel that same area back here between the shoulder blades as when you do your shoulder roll. That's where we're going to actually feel the squeezing of our shoulder blades. Let's go the other way. If your shoulders are sore like mine, this is just nice to kind of lubricate them a little bit, get them both going together, and back up. Oh yeah. We're going to start with one balancing pose. The wind, if you're outdoors, makes it for an extra interesting, but I like it. So if you have a wall and you have trouble with balancing, or if you have a chair, that's always good for you to try against. So my imaginary wall here, or my chair that I could hold on to, would be if I have trouble balancing. So hopefully not today, but we shall see. So what we're going to do first, I am going to start, and we're going to move into tree, which is a really nice one. I'm going to be like my trees behind me, which is your Vrksasana. I can't ever say that one right, so I apologize. Vrksasana. There we go. So I'm going to stay with one leg. So I'm going to pick my right leg right now. It's going to be my base leg. It is not stick straight. I want a micro bend. I want to support my weight. I don't want to end up hurting my knee or passing out because you have your knees locked. So what we're going to do is we're going to inhale up. Hands will come together, coming down into prayer at heart center. And what I'm going to do with my, actually I'll speak to you guys. So I'll do my left leg as my base leg, and then I will change my right leg to be the one that's going to be balancing. So I'm just going to kickstand it right up against my other leg. So if I have a wall, it's right here beside me, and that way you have it on your left side as you're watching it, or is it your right side? I can never remember with the camera and the angle, so sorry about that, you guys. But you will be standing here, holding on if you need to. If you have good balance or feel pretty steady today, you can try it without. So we're just going to kickstand it. This is our krama where we start. Kickstand. Very gently. You're going to inhale and exhale, always using your ujjayi breath, which is through the nose, okay? If you feel like, okay, I'm doing great, I can move my foot up a little bit, you can move your foot up. Just do not put your foot right there on your knee, because you can push your knee out and hurt your knee. So you want to be either at your calf, or you can go all the way up, and you're going to make sure that your hip is opening. So my knee is not in front, I am pushing it out to the side, making sure I have a micro bend in that knee. That's my base leg, okay? Inhale up. Pick how you want your arms. If you have a wall, you're holding on to it, that's fine. Find your drishti, so that is my focal point. I'm going to stare at not anything moving, so if you have a mirror, it's hard to watch yourself. So you may just want to find something that's not moving and stare. It just helps you to balance. And as you can tell, there goes the wind with me. And I love how my teacher had said before, if you have the perfect pose, that's great. You know, that's what you're aiming for, that's what you're aiming for. But sometimes it's nice to kind of throw yourself off and try to challenge your balance, because then you're going to activate your core, you're going to activate your legs, and we're trying to start to activate and get warmed up. So, arms can go any which way you want. I want you guys to be taking long inhales through the nose and exhales through the nose. That's always fun. Inhale and exhale. Go ahead and inhale. And as you exhale, hands come together, come down to your heart center, and you're going to release. Woo, that was good. So roll out that ankle that we were on, because that does kind of, it's a great ankle builder too, because your ankle is going back and forth constantly, and you're trying to build some strength in that ankle. I have a lot of problems with that, so I love tree just because I'm trying to build stronger ankles. So we did one side, now we're going to go to the other side. So base leg, I'm going to do my right leg now. I think that's the way you guys end up seeing it. So right leg is base now. Have my wall right here if I need it, my chair, or I don't, whichever. And what we're going to do with our ujjayi in and out with our nose is we're going to inhale up. Hands together, or you can go ahead and keep them apart and just kickstand that other leg, which is going to be my left. I'm just going to kickstand it right up next to the other one. Remember that base leg has a micro bend. Spread those toes out. You got to have as much support in that base leg as you can. And breathe in and out. This is always my troublesome leg, so we're going to go up first to this area, to my calf, not to the knee right there. We want calf. And with the wind, my trouble area is not going to be nice today. Inhale and exhale. I'm focusing on my drishti, my spot. I've got to watch it, because if I try to look at myself, it's a hot mess. So inhale and exhale. Crossing it over if you want. Back over to rebalance. Just move your arms in whatever fashion you want. If you want to try and balance, if you need to do heart center, you can. Just make sure we're inhaling long and deep through the nose and exhaling long and deep through the nose. Good job. Y'all are doing awesome, and if you fall out of it, that's okay. Go back into it. It's completely okay. I don't know how many times I do when I change my drishti and I look somewhere else and say, oh, shouldn't have done that. And let's exhale down and roll that ankle out. Good job. I love tree. I used to think, oh man, that's the easiest pose in the world, but it's not. When you start throwing in wonky arms, you start throwing in your leg change variations, I like it. So feel free to hydrate at any time. I sure will. The more I talk, the more I need hydration. And we had a small rainstorm when this first started, so hopefully it will hold off for the rest of the time. Let's go ahead, and I want to move into a little bit of surya namaskar. So I want to start into a little of the sun salutation movement. So I hope everyone can see. I'm going to go to the top of my mat. I am going to start in my mountain pose. So my feet are shoulder width apart. My shoulders are up, back, and down. Hands, micro bend. I am shooting energy down through my feet into the ground, down through my fingers. And the energy is coming up through my fingers, straightening my spine up to the heavens and pulling my head like there's a balloon on the clouds that are just pulling it up. Very elegant pose. I love this one. Simple, you would think, but elegant. All right, so we're going to move into it a little bit. So from Tadasana, let's go ahead and inhale. Inhale up. I may have put myself a little too close to this one, but we're going to swan dive down. So I'm going to scooch back just a little bit so I don't hit myself here. Swan dive. So as you're going down, head's the last thing to come down. Coming all the way down, just hanging for a second. Let your head go down. Let your body adjust here. Let all the tension go down. I'm going to do a half lift, so I'm going to put my hands on my shins and I'm going to straighten out my back and inhale into a half lift for me so that my back is super straight. And then I'm going to exhale and I'm just going to forward fold into Uttanasana. Bend those knees if you need to, because right now we're not warmed up. So we're just going to bend our knees. Hands can go behind you. They can go on the mat. The best place is just putting the back of the hands on the mat. Or you can frame your head and you can just rock back and forth. Tons of variations for you on this one. Just relax that head. Good. So then from forward fold, okay, we are then going to move into a lunge. So you're going to put your hands down. I'm going to make sure I don't anything. I'm going to take my right leg back and I'm going to go into a low lunge, which is Anjanasana. Okay, and so I'm lunging. My hands are right here on either side. So this is just a nice low lunge. Sometimes I like to come up on my fingertips or have a block here so that I'm just a little bit higher. And inhale and exhale. Good. Feel it getting warm in my thighs already. They're going crazy right now. So then from here, I am going to go into the Plankasana, which is my plank. I'm going to get into a good position. I'm not going to have my booty super up high like I'm in down dog and not way low yet. I'm just going to try to be as straight as the board as I can in plank or Plankasana. So then from there, I'm going to, if this is too hard for you, you can also drop your knees into a kneeling plank. That's fine too. So either regular plank or kneeling plank. And then what we're gonna do from plank is we're gonna hover down into chaturanga, which is our forelimb. So inhale, exhale, coming down. Hover, hover, hover. You can go all the way down. I'm gonna teach you two different ways. First way is cobra. So we're gonna relax our feet. Hands are gonna come right next to your chest. And what we're gonna do for cobra, or it is also called Bhujangasana, we're going to tuck those elbows in. We don't want them out to the side. We want little chicken wings. We're going to inhale, squeeze your bottom, squeeze your thighs, and lift with your core. We're not gonna press with our arms, okay? We want to lift with our core. Good. This is the first stage. I'll show you up dog in a minute, but cobra is a good one. From here, we will curl our toes under. And we're gonna go up to down dog, which is Adho Mukha Savasana. So you're gonna push off. Walk it in a little bit if you need. You do want your bottom in the air. Your head is down between your shoulders here. And you're pressing in those hands. You want to widen your fingers apart, toes, and you can actually pedal if you want here and take about 5 breaths in and out through the nose. Good. Stretching out the back of those calves. Good. Now hopefully we remembered which leg we put back the first time. Because that's the leg that will now go forward. So I'm hoping it was my right. So I'm going to raise it up. And I'm going to kind of just propel it forward into my low lunge. And that's right. I always hate, but guess what? You can do it multiple times. So you can do 2 or 3 on one side and 2 or 3 on the other. So no worries if you forget which side you started on. You definitely will start to feel it in one leg more than the other. So make sure you rotate so that it's not the same leg always going back first. And you make sure that each one gets a position of lunge. Lunge, of course, is the asana. So we're going to stay here for a minute, take a couple more breaths. Good. And then what we're going to do is we're going to come back up, bring your feet together into Uttanasana, which is your forward fold. And I just want you to bend those knees even more and just trickle up, rolling up vertebrae by vertebrae. Okay, so we'll do that one just a little bit faster so I can show you, and then I'm going to switch and show you up dog on the next one. So we'll go ahead and do one. So we're going to inhale up. Exhale, swan dive. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, forward fold. Then we are going to inhale, lunge. I have to remember which leg I'm doing this time. So that will be my right leg going back first. Plank. Inhale, and as you exhale, chaturanga. You can go all the way down. Inhale into your cobra. Curl your toes. Exhale into down dog. Inhale, lift the leg you're going to bring forward, which is going to be my right. Swing it forward. Exhale. Take a good breath. Inhale. Forward fold. Exhale. And as you inhale, trace it up. That was a little faster version for you. And then what we're going to do is on this next one, I'm going to show you instead of cobra, up dog. So different kind of variations to challenge yourself and depending on how you're feeling for the day. So this one, we're going to go ahead and inhale up. Exhale, swan dive. Inhale, I'm going to half lift. And then exhale, forward fold. I find that extra inhale, half lift just gets that extra stretch for me to go deeper. So now I'm going to go into lunge, but I'm going to switch my legs up and I'm going to take my left back first. So we're going to do 2 on this side since we did 2 on the other. Go to plankasana. Inhale. As you exhale, chaturanga. And instead of going all the way down, I'm just going to easily go forward into my up dog so that my thighs, my knees, my legs do not touch. You can leave your toes curled under, or you can do them like this. Curl your toes. Down dog. Inhale with my left leg coming up. Sweep it forward into your low lunge. And on that low lunge, if I didn't remember earlier, try not to let that knee go in front of the toes. Very important. We want to protect our knee at all times. Exhale. And your forward fold. Inhale up. So we're going to do another one. And then we're going to take a balancing breather. So inhale up. Exhale, swan dive down. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, forward fold even more. Good. Then we're going to go into our lunge. So I'm taking my left leg back, going into plank. I'm going to hover, so I'm going to go down to chaturanga, into up dog. And I sometimes find it easier to leave my toes curled because otherwise I'm trying to figure it out and it's too hard. Exhale to down dog. Inhale, bringing that left leg back up. Exhale, bringing it over. I do have to sometimes adjust myself. Inhale. exhale, and inhale it up. Good, beautiful, love it. So that was a little bit of an inhale, exhale. So hopefully that starts to feel like you're getting it moving a little bit, heart rate's up a little bit. So we're gonna do another balancing, but I'm gonna take a quick sip of water just because it is super humid today. Can't complain though. It's been cloudy most of the day, which is gorgeous. So I like to do dancer, which is a good stretch out too. And if you can tell, hopefully right now, your thighs are feeling warmed up, your glutes are feeling warmed up, my belly, my lower back, my shoulders, because of the quick flow. The surya namaskar gets the whole body. It's what you're supposed to do when you wake up in the morning or before you go to bed to kind of activate everything. So it definitely gets a nice sweat flow going. You can slow it down for if you're trying to get ready for bed, or you can pump it up if you want to be energized. So let's go into dancer. So I'm going to actually face the side. It'll be a little easier for you to see. And dancer, or Natarajasana, is what we're going to do. So with it, it's a balancing pose again with one leg. So if you want to, you will do your left leg will stay as the base leg first, micro bend, okay? We're going to, say you're in mountain, shoulders up, back, and down. Just put that right foot just behind you just a tad bit, but make sure you have that micro bend in the other leg. So what we're gonna do, same leg, same arm. So my right is gonna just pop up. I'm gonna reach back. If you can't grab it, that's fine. You can use a strap. You can hold on to a chair at this point, or a wall is really good right here if you need it. So if you need a wall or a chair, please get that for you. This is where you would stay in your Krama 1. You would just hang out in this part. We would start to kind of get our opposite arm back up. This helps just balance. Beautiful. Find your drishti in front of you that you want to stare at so that you can focus. And what we want to do is we are going to take our body and we're going to hinge. So as I'm going forward, I'm going to at the same time bring my knee back. And I'm not going open because I want my knees to kind of stay together to protect my hips and everything. Hips and shoulders are going to stay the same direction. My arm will stay up. So as I inhale, exhale, I'm just going to hinge, and your drishti has to change. You have to move it down a little bit lower, a little bit lower, a little bit lower, until you're hinging and you're like, okay, I think that's as far as I can go. And then with this back leg, which is my right leg, I'm going to just kick it up. There you go. Kick it up. So now I have my arm out. My other arm's grabbing my leg, holding. Inhale and exhale, using my ujjayi. Micro bend in this base leg. Doing good. We're going to come back out of it slowly, so bring that knee back down. Start to unhinge. Ooh, get the wobblies. Exhale, coming down. Roll it out. How'd you guys do? Really good? Good. I'm excited. All right. So now I'll switch to the other side. Well, I guess I could stay on the same side to show you kind of what it looks like. So now switching legs. So last time I had my right back, so now I'm going to do my left. So right leg is my base leg. Not stick straight, but a little micro bend. Find your area. Shoulders up, back, and down. I'm going to take my left leg back just slightly. Kick it up. Hang here if you need to. If you have a wall next to you or a chair, hang on to it. This is my not so good side, so we're going to see how this goes. You always have one side that's better than the other, right? This is my less balanced side. So I'm going to reach back with my left hand, grab my left foot. Now when I reach back, I just move my hips open slightly, but I'm gonna bring them back because I want my knees instead of way out. I want them to stay together-ish instead of way out. It brings that hip out. So you wanna make sure hips and shoulders are still facing your forward. Opposite arm comes up. So base leg that's down, arm goes up. Base leg that's grounding you into the earth, your arm is shooting up to the heavens, okay? That way you have one full side that's keeping your balance. So we are going to inhale, finding my drishti. And as we exhale, we're gonna slowly just hinge, hinge, hinge. I gotta find a new drishti because I moved. And when I feel like I can't get any further, I'm gonna kick. Kick it up. There you go. Inhale and exhale. If you come out of it, it's okay. Go back into it slowly. Good. We're gonna slowly come back. Unhinge, unhinge, unhinge. Woo, release. That's my weaker ankle side, so it always is a little bit of heck. So just roll it out, roll them both out. Woo. Hopefully you guys did great on both sides. If not, one usually is a little bit easier than the other. So you'll find that out too. Definitely. Take a quick sip of water. All right, checking our time here. As you can tell, even though we're balancing and holding a pose for a really long period of time, that heart rate still gets bumped up, right? So it's not only you're not rushing and moving through the poses, you take your time and slow down and hold a pose for a while, you really do get a lot of increased heart rate. So you may need to take some time in between and slow it down. You may need to throw in a refreshing breath, so inhale it up. Exhale, you can swan dive it down. Reverse, inhale. And exhale. Back to mountain. You can do some inhale, exhales. Just trying to get yourself back to, whew, that was a hard pose, I got it. So, you know, definitely a good job. So let's try, before we move on, I have a friend visiting, we're gonna try eagle for just a second, and then I do wanna go through a little bit of warrior. My goal is, through this class over the next 6 weeks, I wanna get us used to eventually getting into bird of paradise. So I want to eventually show you how to do that, and I'm working on it myself, so we're gonna see if we both can do it. But first, let's do just a calming twist that will get us all a good balanced twist. So I'm trying to think. I'm going to start with my left leg first. Of course, my micro bend in it, right? So what I'm going to do with eagle, you can do it standing, or you can come into chair and do it. So if you want to, you can inhale up, exhale, into your chair. And so you're already at your base position. And so with eagle, what you're gonna do is you're gonna take your left and keep it right here, and you're gonna start to come up a little bit and come over, trying to stay in your chair position as much as you can, okay? As it's windy. And if you can, you just stay like this. If you can, you can wrap it around. Woo. We're gonna see how well this works. And so I have my right arm as my base arm and my left is over. So I'm gonna switch it up. I'm gonna go left is gonna be my base, right is gonna go over and wrap around, and hands are gonna come together. And what I'm gonna do, I'm not gonna be way down here. I'm gonna bring my elbows up so that they're shoulder length. I'm gonna tuck it on down, sitting down. Inhale, exhale. Woo. Inhale, exhale. come out, untwist your hands, untwist your legs, whoop, and come back up. I've gotten a little tied up with my mat there. Okay. So the eagle, I like it because it does stretches out your shoulders too, which is really nice. So let's try to the other side. So let's go to the other side. Sorry about that, y'all. Somebody busted on through. Garrett. Garrett. Okay, can you still see me? Okay. Sorry about that. The wind went with it and so did the animal. Switching sides for the other side eagle. So now I'm going to do my base leg is going to be my right. So when I come, you can do it in chair again. Inhale, exhale to chair. While we're here, we have that right leg base. Switch over the left. So since my right is my base, I'm gonna switch it up and put my left as the base. My right will go over it. So just switching it up. Make sure those elbows are coming up. Sorry if you can't see me. I'll try to show you sideways. There we go. Sitting in your chair, palms are together. If you can't make it, you can stay like this. You can also put back to back. If you can't make it all the way. But if you can, you want to get all the way down and breathe. And when you're in this position, you can feel the stretch of the shoulders coming out, untwist, untwist. And let's do a cleansing breath. Inhale up. Exhale, swan dive. Inhale, reverse. Exhale down. Good. So that was a little bit of eagle, which I like. That always helps to get things kind of stretched out on my thighs and a little bit of the hip area. And then definitely my shoulders right in here. I can feel them. And sometimes down. So hopefully you guys felt that too. Okay. Let's go ahead and do a small warrior, just so I can get y'all into where you would go for warrior 2. And then you would go into side angle. So let's start at the top of our mat. In our mountain or Tadasana. Shoulders up, back and down. Hands are down. Palms are forward. Head is up. Micro bend in the knees. Inhale and exhale. Inhale up. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to take one leg and I'm going to go back into my warrior 1. So if you want to take your left leg back first. And while I do that, I'm going to go into butterfly wings. So not just kind of moving your arms, but you are strategically squeezing those shoulder blades behind you. We want to get rid of that back fat area, right? So that's where we're going to get that muscle into it. In our warrior 1, this back foot pops out just a little bit, but my hips are still facing forward, just like my shoulders and hips. So they're not like wonky, okay? We are facing forward with those. Your foot just kind of twigs out just a little bit. So you have your butterfly, powerful butterfly wings. And this is going to be our warrior 1, or also known as Virabhadrasana. Giving thanks. Now as you inhale, arms come up. Exhale, you're going to twist open into your warrior 2. So now my feet are going to be kind of opposite. See how they're in a T like this? They're far apart. Arms are up. And what I'm going to do is I'm gonna make sure I'm kind of leaning into my lunge, but I don't want my knee to come forward like this. I wanna push it back towards that ring toe if I can, but not way in front of those toes, okay? Protect your knee. Let's make sure we're doing good. Arms right here. If your arms are super tired, you can relax. Like if your shoulders are way up here, just turn over your palms, palms up. This is warrior two. You want to look out over the knee that's bent. So right now, I have my right knee bent, right arm out. Good. So from here, you can do a little reverse. So inhale up to reverse. So I'm not, leaning back like this. When I come back, I'm just up the side, enjoying the wind, exhaling back to warrior two, inhaling up to reverse, exhaling, warrior two. So then I can bend that front arm, which is my right, and I can actually bring it down onto my thigh, bring my hand up over. Or if your arm is super tired, you can bring it over. Just make sure you twirl so that your pinky is facing down and thumb is up. So this is our Krama 1 on side angle and bird of paradise. Now for Krama 2, what we would slowly start to do is you could actually take this arm behind you into kind of a half bind. And this is as far as we're going to go for today on this part. Okay? Next time we'll start reaching down and around. Beautiful. So from here, we can come back up into our warrior two. Both legs will come forward. And I want to do a standing straddle, which is where I'm at right now with my standing straddle. 5 points is your star, and then as you swan dive down, you come into your standing straddle splits. And sometimes you have to move your legs out a little bit further. It feels a little bit better. But this is Prasarita Padottanasana. And what I can do is I can stay right here, or I can just let go. I can put my hands over here. Kind of like you're in a forward fold, but you're in the splits almost. Or you can keep your hands down. I like to keep my hands down. You can even bind behind yourself into where you pull over and stretch it out. That's another variation. Good. Bend your knees, and I do want you just to roll it up for here. Bring your feet back together. I'm going to switch sides over here on my mat, just so I can show you the other side. So we have to do the other leg now, because we did one side. So back of your mountain, which are shoulder width, your feet are shoulder width apart, shoulders up, back, and down. Hands are open to receive, fingers shooting down at the ground. Giving thanks, micro bend. Inhale up. Before we did our left back, so now let's do our right leg back. Arms will come down into a strong butterfly, and that back foot, we're just going to tilt it out just a little bit, remembering that our shoulders, forearms, hips are all facing the same direction at this point. And I'm not just like, oh, I've got my arms here. I want to make sure I am strong and pulling them back, activating those back muscles. Beautiful. Traditional warrior one, you're up here. So let's take an inhale, and as we exhale, we open up and we pop that foot out a little bit more. Beautiful. So that our feet are at a T. Warrior two. I'm looking over, stretching out. My knee's not in, it's pushing out. I am looking over with a purpose. My purpose is to enjoy my practice and relax today and enjoy this nature. We can inhale and reverse. Exhale, warrior two. Inhale, reverse. Exhale, warrior two. Good. Inhale, reverse. Exhale, warrior two. Let's bend this left arm and put it down on your left. Sometimes you do have to move out just a little bit. Arm is up in a side angle. Or you can move your arm around if you like, just twisting that pinky down again into our side angle. And so this is where we would start getting ready for our bird of paradise. Bringing your arm behind you into a half bind, because eventually this arm is going to go down underneath. Woo! Good job. Straighten that front leg. I'm going to walk it around again to my standing straddle splits, coming down. Head can come down if you can, otherwise just hover. Put your arms on your elbows, relax. I am going to have us twist just slightly over again this way. So now you can be in your triangle on this side, because we kind of accidentally did on that side but didn't mean to. Arm comes down, bend your knee. Both legs come together. Let's roll it up. And let's do a cleansing breath. Inhale up. Exhale. Beautiful. Let's take a sip of water and we're going down to the mat. And we're going to finish out our practice today. So we had a few standing balances. And we'll go down and maybe hit a side angle, or not a side angle, I'm sorry, side plank. So then we can get a little bit of ab work going. Make sure I have plenty of room. Go to the top of your mat. Let's inhale up. Swan dive down. Half lift. Exhale, forward fold. Beautiful. All right, let's go ahead and move it back to plank. And of course on Plankasana, if this is too much for you, drop your knees. And what we're gonna do from here is we're gonna move into side plank. So starting out, you're gonna take your right arm and keep your right knee down. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna straighten my other side, which is gonna be my left leg. And I'm gonna put this arm right underneath where my shoulder is, so that it's not way out here. When I go to my plank, or my side plank, it's gonna be right kind of underneath my shoulder. And I'm gonna come up. I'm gonna keep that leg down, and I'm just gonna twist, 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 and open. This is a modified side. Stay here, take your breaths, your ujjayi breaths in and out through the nose. I'm gonna show you full, so you've got your full Plankasana, and you twist, and you come out. It's your second stage. And inhale and exhale. Come down, twist if you're in your planky lower, both of your knees. Good. We're gonna come back for a second into our child's pose, and then we're gonna go back actually. Head down. Inhale, exhale. Come up to all fours. Kneeling plank, you just wanna walk yourself out a little bit. Now I'm going to take my left hand underneath my armpit here, or underneath my shoulder. My left knee will stay down, my right's going to come out, and I'm going to start to twist, 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 to the other side. Looking up if you can. If you have neck or shoulder issues, I would just look forward. Or vertigo. I have vertigo sometimes, so I can't. I'm going to show you full plank. So if you come up, exhale, come out of it. back down. And we can actually just lower all the way down. I want to do a real quick, make sure you can still see me on there. Okay. Real quick locust slash crocodile. So on the locust, we're going to lay flat on our belly. This is savasana, and we're going to move our arms back behind us. Okay. And we're going to turn over our hands so that our palms are facing down, feet are facing up. And you're going to inhale, raise it up, raise your arms and legs up, and fly. Breathe in and out. Massaging. Good. Exhale, come down. From here, we're going to move into our crocodile. So you're going to pop your toes out. Whoop, there's some. Crocodile to makarasana. Your hands are they're going to flip the other way so that your palms are up, and you're just going to put your chin down on the mat, and you can relax, or you can slowly move around like a crocodile. Good. Let's do one more locust. So legs together, hands, palms are down. Inhale up, arms up, legs up. Inhale and exhale through the nose. Exhale down. Let's go back to crocodile. So legs pop out so the toes are out. Hands, the palms up. Chin is down on the mat, and just relax. From here, I'm going to go ahead and leave my knees on the outside of the mats where they are. My toes are together, but I'm going to scooch back into a wide child's pose. So knees are apart on the mat, toes are together, hands are out. My child's pose, I'm just leaning back, stretching out, forehead down on the mat, and take some breaths. Getting into child's pose is always a great position if you just want to relax. The balasana is a great one just to relax and keep everything. If it's too hectic on the floor, stay there. Let's come up onto all fours. And what we're going to do, we are going to do just a small little cat-cow, which is our chakravasana flow. Can't say that one either. My hands are underneath my shoulders, knees are underneath my hips. I'm just in a all fours pose. I'm going to inhale, and as I inhale, I'm just going to let my belly fall out, my bottom come up, my head looks up. I'm going to go into my cow pose. And then as I exhale, I'm going to pull that belly in. I'm going to look down towards my belly, exhaling like the cat. Do a couple more. Inhale into your cow, and exhale into your cat. Inhale, wiggle it around if you want. Exhale, wiggle it around. Good. Back to all fours. And let's go ahead, and while we're here, let's do just a tiny bit of our spinal balance, which I love, because this is a balancing. So you're going to keep one arm down. So I'm going to keep my left arm down, and I'm going to raise. Then my left leg comes up, and I'm going to flex my foot, and my opposite arm, which is going to be my right arm, will come out. Thumbs up. And you don't really want to look up, you want to kind of look down a little bit so that you're in a straight line. for our spinal stability, spinal balance. And you can also start here, and you can inhale up and exhale down. Inhale up, exhale down. Inhale up, exhale down. Last one on this side, inhale up, exhale down. So let's do our opposite side now. Now it's going to be my right arm will stay down. So that means if right arm is down, right leg comes back, left arm comes out. Thumbs up, toes down. And I'm going to look down, and I'm going to inhale and exhale. You can hold this for a few breaths. If this is just too much for you at that point, you can relax back down. If you want to flow, you inhale, exhale down. Inhale back up, exhale down. Inhale up, exhale down. Good. Inhale up, exhale down. Last one, inhale up, exhale down. Good. Let's go one more child's pose. Leg out, toes together, hands out, and just sit it back. Feel that lower back stretch. Oh my goodness. And that upper back, I love it. And what we're going to do on this one, we're just going to come up and come onto our bottoms. I'm going to roll it over. And we're going to slowly roll it down. Roll it down, roll it down. And we can do one spinal twist if you want, which I really like when we do the supine spinal twist, which I can't ever say, but Jathara Paravastatasana, doesn't sound right. Bring your knees to your chest. So what we'll do to start it, we'll just kind of, I like to go ahead and put my arms out, just rock them back and forth like windshield wipers kind of, where they're going back and forth. And then what you want to do is you just want to let them go to one side. So mine will go down whichever way my knees are facing. I need to look the other way. So I'm going to look out over my other arm here, and I'm going to take a few breaths. Good. Maybe 2 to 3 breaths. Inhale, bringing your knees back to center. And we're going to go the other way, so letting them fall to the other side. So my knees are facing one way, my head needs to look the other way. Making sure that my spine is still in a good straight area here, but I didn't twist too far to make it kind of wonky. Inhale and exhale. Knees back. Hug them one more time to your chest and just rock them back and forth. And then let's go ahead and let's put them out to go into savasana. Straighten them out. To get into savasana, you just want to relax completely. I personally find that I have to work myself into it, so I have to guide myself because I'm not good at relaxing. So I have to guide myself by tensing up first. I tense up the balls of my hand. I tense it up, I squeeze everything, my belly, my glutes, my thighs, curl my toes, and I tense, 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 and I inhale, and then I exhale, and I just let everything fall to the side. Your feet should be open, just falling to the side. Legs are open. Your breath is more normal down in the belly area. Fingers are relaxed, palms are open. now we have a lot of beautiful wind, so we can just focus on the wind. And imagine that you are a cloud up in the sky. You are dancing around. Every time the wind blows, it blows you one way, then the other. This beautiful white smoke cloud is just twirling with the wind. Not a care in the world. Letting all of your worries go. And just enjoying the wind in nature. You can stay here for a while if you like, but I'm going to go ahead and bring us back. Wiggle your fingers, wiggle your toes, wiggle your shoulders and your hips. Bring your feet back to the mat, so bending your knees. And let's actually roll onto one side into a fetal position. So I'm going to put my arm underneath my head to support it, and the other one's going to stay here to kind of support me. Take a good deep breath in the nose and out. You can keep your eyes closed still if you want, or you can open them. And we're going to slowly start to come up into an easy seated or a sukhasana. You can cross your legs if you'd like, kind of crisscross applesauce, they used to say. You can put your feet whatever your comfortable position is. I like to make sure my sits bone's out of the way, which is the bony you want your bony prominence touching the earth, so I just kind of move my buttocks out of the way. And we'll go into our easy seated position. To end, I want to put my pointer finger and my thumb together. I'm just going to put them on my knees, palms open. Pelvis is going to be tilted forward a little bit, back is straight, head is up. Now let's do a couple of more of our Ujjayi breaths in through the nose and out through the nose, making that Darth Vader sound. In through the nose, and then out. Deep breath in. Deep breath out. Deep breath in. Deep breath out. Let's go ahead and inhale up. Hands come together. Bring them down to your heart center. Exhaling. Inhale again. Hands together. Bring your hands together to your third eye or between your eyes here. Exhaling. Inhale up. Hands together overhead. Bring them down, exhaling to your crown. I thank you all for joining me today in our nature practice out here. I'm really glad the weather did allow us to finish out our practice, and I really appreciate you guys joining. So the light in me honors, appreciates, and loves the light in you. If you will, please bow with me, and we will say together, Namaste.